32 FM 94.9. Right, we are back. Good morning to you. Welcome to yet another time on the Breakdown Newspaper Review, the weekend edition precisely. I am Olutayo Ogunade and I'm here with some papers, of course, to, I have some papers here on the table, for your listening pleasure now. But more importantly, you need to know what is happening in and around Nigeria and beyond. Precisely. Welcome once again. And of course, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube, 32FM 949 Ibadan. On Facebook, 32FM 949 Ibadan. Let's go straight to the papers. Let me start from Daily Trust. I was never fixated on becoming Emir. Nasser Adobayero. Bandits abduct 60 from Zamfara community. How 21 people died in covert collapse. Just killings. We've forgiven Plateau people. Southwest Fulani leaders. Vaccine elusive as malaria kills thousands in Nigeria. Bishi Kano shut down as Buhari's son weds Bayero's daughter. Okay, let's see some more from Daily Trust. Unveiling the Emir Bishi, His Highness Nasser Ado Bayero. That you can also find from Daily Trust. You are already a failure. PDP hits Buhari. Buhari's son's wedding. Private jets flood Kano Airport. Atiku Jonathan in Bichi has Pentami joins Buhari's only son with Kano princess. Bandits abduct 60 from Zamfara community. I took that already. Oshun APC in disarray. So Itola Regbeshola battle for supremacy. Air Peace begins flight to Douala. Away from Daily Trust, we go to the Nation newspaper. Ishanko Loyede getting an anchor at JAMB. Distractions that affect sexual fulfillment. You can also find from the Nation newspaper. Kwara police arrest 2 suspected kidnappers, 9 cult members. Nigeria Cup organizers raise the bar as pre-qualifiers hold to 28th of August. Messi to wait for PSG debut. Buhari under fire over directive on grazing sites. Buhari under fire over directive on grazing sites. Why federal government won't try repentant Boko Haram terrorists. Lai Mohammed. Igboho stay in Benin prison. Blessing in disguise. Lawyer. PIB designed to further marginalize Niger Delta, says Ijo leader. Okaba FAAC shares 760.717 billion naira for July 2021. Federal government recommences cash transfer payments to beneficiaries the 23rd of August. Gunmen kidnap ABSU lecturers, others. Buhari reappoint Oloyede as JAMB registrar. What do we have from Punch newspaper? Obasanjo coaches PDP on choice of 2023 presidential candidates. Crisis rocks if Modakeke 5 killed. Attack on Oani's palace repelled. Though I've been heartbroken, I still believe in love. Tiwa Savage. Bandits abduct over 60 in Zamfara. Police launch manhunt. Federal government to review vertical revenue sharing formula. RMFAC. Okay, let's see. Some more confusion as Anita Okoye allegedly seeks divorce from rude boy. Anambra too sophisticated for Wasi holder to govern. Soludo, CBN directs banks to block 18 companies' accounts. Troops arrest suspected Boko Haram fertilizer supplier in Yobe. And again, Southern governors others tackle Buhari over grazing order. Let's see what we have from the Guardian newspaper. Buhari has already failed as president, says PDP. Buhari has already failed as president, says PDP. Governors deny receiving 243.8 billion naira Paris Club refund. 9 killed in Kaduna as bandits disagree over ransom sharing formula. Landlords last back, others meet over move to remodel Obalende. NARD may suspend strike as Buhari orders withdrawal of technicalities. Oyetola calls for calm over killing of 5 farmers in Modakeke. Right, let me take 2 more from The Guardian before we move on. Niger Delta tackles Buhari may head to court over PIA. It was initially PIB. Why we can't shoot repentant insurgents by federal government. Why we can't shoot repentant insurgents by federal government. Let's see another paper here before I quickly go on a short break. Let's go to Vanguard newspaper. Human rights abuse and religious extremism in northern Nigeria. Something to read from the Vanguard newspaper. Sunday Igboho and the threat of war. A policeman collected 40,000 naira from us, made us miss our flight. The students, I enjoy raping old women in farms. Syria rapist confesses. Afghanistan Islamists are here to stay. Fani Kaude. Reinventing the economy for sustainability. Some more from Vanguard newspaper. CDS meets retired senior military officers in North Central Zone. Says armed forces remain in forefront of tackling insecurity. Plateau government returned survivors of Jos attack to Ondo. Anambra has gone beyond being governed by Wasi holder. Soludo, a stop praise singing group urges female politicians. Now, kudos to Sanwo-Olu as Laspotech emerges best third polytechnic in Nigeria. Insecurity, FCT natives, nuns evacuates 279 students from Jos. Grazing routes, Buhari turning Nigeria into a cow republic, prioritizing welfare of cows over human lives. Autumn insecurity, unit just suspend academic activities. Short hostels, surrender of Boko Haram members should be accepted with cautious optimism. MBF wants. We'll go on a short break. I will be back.
FM 94.9.
Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
Orílẹ̀-èdè Canada ó fún èèyàn tó lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan ní ìwé ọmọ onílẹ̀ láàrin ọdún 2021 sí 2023. Kò jẹ́jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí orílẹ̀-èdè Canada yóò fáwọn èèyàn tó lé ní mílíọ̀nù kan ní ìwé ọmọ onílẹ̀ láàrin ọdún 2021 sí 2023. Ọ̀gọ̀rọ̀ ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì ilẹ̀ ló sodo sí orílẹ̀-èdè Canada. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ìbá díẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti ṣàmúlò láàrin ẹgbàágbèje ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì ọ̀hún. Èyí rí bẹ́ẹ̀ látàrí ọ̀wọ́n ènìyàn tó ń bórílẹ̀-èdè náà fẹ́ra. Bó tilẹ̀ jẹ́ pé Canada ní orílẹ̀-èdè kejì tó nílẹ̀ jùlọ lágbàáyé, ṣùgbọ́n ìwọ̀nba èèyàn péréte ló ń gbé orílẹ̀-èdè náà. Onírúurú ètò láti rìnrìn àjò lọ sí orílẹ̀-èdè Canada ló ti wà ńlẹ̀. Ìwọ náà lè lo àǹfààní ètò àti kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ kó o sì máa ṣiṣẹ́. Aṣáájú agbaninímọ̀ràn bá a ti rìnrìn àjò káàkiri àgbáyé ní Jonathan King Limited. Kàn sí wọn lónìí, wọn ó sì fọ̀nà hàn.
Ìforúkọsílẹ̀ yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ láìpẹ́ ní Jonathan King Limited, Ajakini àti Ìkẹfà Cocoa House Ìbàdàn àti ní The Bronx Bookshop lẹ́bàá Saviour Cathedral níjẹ̀bú Òde.
bọ́nà kan ò ṣe wọjà nígbà aṣẹ́ kan ò ṣe tó jẹ mọ́ lásìkò tá a wà yìí láti wá tètè gúnlẹ̀ sébùtì ògo la fi ní ká fọwọ́ wà fàjẹ̀wà pẹ̀lú multilevel marketing cooperative investment credit society limited ẹgbẹ́ alájẹsẹ́kù tí bá ní ìpìlẹ̀ ọ̀la ká lè bá tètè roko délé ajé lójú ọjọ́ pẹ̀lú kátàkárà lórí àwọn kò ṣeé má ní ojoojúmọ́ bíi herbal food supplement àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ a jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹni tó bá darapọ̀ mọ́ ẹgbẹ́ alájẹsẹ́kù multilevel marketing ni ó jàǹfààní ètò ẹ̀yáwó ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan láti dáṣẹ́ tara wọn lẹ̀ bákan náà ni gbogbo ẹni tó bá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa pẹ̀lú owó wọn ni ó máa gba èrè gọbọi lóṣooṣù èyí kì í ṣe sogún dogójì o fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ ẹ kàn sí multilevel marketing cooperative investment credit society limited lónìí ní health concern building lẹ́bàá MRS filling station nítòsí Bishop Phillips Academy Iwo Road Ìbàdàn tàbí lọ́fíìsì wa tó wà ní Stanbic Bank building Niger West area Challenge Ìbàdàn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ 090504816 090504816 pẹ̀lú multilevel marketing cooperative investment credit society limited wàá roko délé ajé.
32 FM
94.9.
FM 94.9, 21st day in the month of August 2021, and the station is 32 FM 94.9. Once again, your favorite station. We are the station filling the world with laughter. My name is Olutayo Gwade. I took the headlines already, so let's take the body. Austin Udomo will join me in a bit for some analysis. To get destination time is 6:50, and in all of this, we get to analyze and also take your feedback. Please go to our Facebook page and drop your comment there, drop your question there for my analyst for today. It's 32FM 949 on Facebook. Let's go to my very first story here. Obasanjo coaches PDP on choice of 2023 presidential candidate. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has asked the national leadership of the People's Democratic Party to consider the pedigree of those aspiring to lead the country in 2023 before picking its presidential candidate. Obasanjo, who hosted the members of the National Working Committee of the party at the Olusegun Obasanjo Presidential Library on Thursday, said the party should also look at the way the President of the United States of America emerges from the two dominant political parties. I have Austin Udomo right here. Good morning to you, Austin. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, Austin. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Austin, I can hear you. Good morning. Can you hear me now? All right. We'll call back. And, of course, we can go to the analysis. Obasanjo coaches PDP on choice of 2023 presidential candidate. Hello, good morning, Austin Udomo.
Hello, Tayo, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah.
All right.
I barely can hear you.
Well, can you hear me now? Is it better now?
It's still very low.
Well, I guess it's from your side. If you can reconnect, it will be good.
Hello?
Well, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, I can hear you. All right, so I took the very first story here, which is on the PDP visit to former President Olusegun Obasanjo. And, of course, he has something for them, counseling them on the choice of candidate for 2023 presidency. What do you have to say? Hello? Okay, Austin is already for me. Let me just go on and take more headline. Grazing roads, Buhari turning Nigeria into a cow republic, prioritizing welfare of cows over human lives. Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State weekend said the insistence of the federal government to carve out grazing roads and reserves for herdsmen across 25 states, despite resistance by Nigerians, is a final onslaught on the people and an invitation to crisis and anarchy. He observed that it was obvious that the presidency seemed not bothered by the worsening insecurity in the country, leading to killings by bandits, armed herders, and terrorists, but preferred to deploy government arsenal to forcefully impose such a policy on Nigerians who had kicked against it. The governor, in a statement by his press secretary, Akasin Makodi, said it was shocking and disappointing to read a statement from the presidency indicating that President Buhari had approved recommendations of a committee to review 368 grazing sites across 25 states in the country to determine the level of encroachment. From Vanguard newspaper, grazing routes, Buhari turning Nigeria into a cow republic, prioritizing welfare of cows over human lives. There is another one here from Vanguard newspaper. The Middle Belt Forum, NBF has cautioned that the recent unsolicited surrender of Boko Haram members in the northeast should be treated with cautious optimism. Osane Jomo, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Okay.
All right. So let's go on. Where do you want to start from?
Yes, we talked about the story of the PDP, the ambassador coaches PDP. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yes. The National Working Committee of the PDP, led by its national chairman, Prince Uche Sekudos, visited Chief Olusegun Obasanjo in the course of the week, and it is all connected with the crisis rocking the PDP. Of course, it was an SOS call to the former president to rescue the party and intervene in the crisis that rocks the party at this particular point in time. Of course, outcome of that meeting is gradually being taken note of by members of the public. And one of the latest is that PDP, the former president, actually encouraged the party to pick a candidate with a pedigree, a candidate that has the capacity in terms of credibility to lead the country come 2023. In my view, I think that is what not just the PDP, the nation needs at this particular point in time. A candidate that can rule the country properly, a candidate that has the wherewithal. It's just like what the former military head of state said a few weeks ago. Former head of state Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, who talks about the capacity to lead the country and the age as a limiting factor. So for me, Obasanjo has resigned officially from the PDP. That is what we were meant to believe, but he still tilts towards the People's Democratic Party. He still has some soft spot for the PDP. So for me, that would just be the reason why he's giving that particular advice to the political party at this time.
All right, Austin, let's move on from there and go to Benue. Otom said President Buhari turning Nigeria into a cow republic.
Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello. All right, so I'm having difficulty with the connection this morning, but I won't allow that to really disturb gentlemen. Let's go on and take more headlines here. From the Guardian newspaper, Nemesis has caught up with two groups of armed bandits in Giwa local council of Kaduna State who killed 9 of their members. The development in a statement yesterday, the commissioner said the cause of the face-off between the bandits was yet unclear. Added that, however, the sources said it revolves around a disagreement over sharing of accumulated ransoms, during which one of the groups felt cheated. That's what you have here from the Guardian newspaper. 9 killed in Kaduna over disagreement on ransom sharing. Hello, Austin, are you there?
Yes, I'm with you now.
Oh, great. I think the connection here is better. Right, so let's shoot.
Yes. Yeah, you also talked about the issue of reclaiming the grazing reserve that is much criticized by members of the public and especially governors too, southern governors, with that of Benue State government. I think the federal government is taking this issue too far because it is expressly clear and as a matter of law, the Nigeria 1978 Land Use Act has vested the ownership and management of land on the various state governments across the country. So I don't see the reason why the federal government would be hell-bent want to give land for grazing at all costs. Let us look at other options that can help to solve the farmer-herders clashes without necessarily resorting to breaking the law or hurting some people again. Because the purpose of this settlement should be to heal the wound and to ensure that at the end of the day, justice is served. But a situation where the president will want to force it down the throat of the people that land must be ceded at all costs for the purpose of cattle breeding, I think is uncalled for, especially at this particular point in time when there are agitations and similar crises within the country. So the president should look at other possible options of tackling this security situation because it could serve as a time bomb that will further poses a great security threat. So what can be done? This time as we speak, majority of the southern governors have endorsed anti-open grazing law, which means that cattle is not to be reared in the open. It is primitive, old-fashioned, that we now be finding cattle on our streets, even on the streets of Abuja, even at the Federal Secretariat Abuja. In our airport, we find cattle. On our roads, we find cattle. In our area, not even rural area, city centers. So we must do something about this issue. I think we are becoming too cow-oriented as a country. And I don't want to believe because the president is a Fulani man. I believe the management and the handling of the case by Mr. President is what is causing the matter. Of course, before now, he has acted so reluctantly through body language. He's not the only Fulani man that has ruled this country. Yaradua was also a Fulani man from Katsina State. So for me, let there be proper management of this crisis so that the problem we are trying to solve on one hand will not further escalate on the other hand. So let us allow the state governors to take decisions based on the law and the power confers on them. The Land Use Act has conferred power on the governor to hold the land in trust for the people of their various states.
So why is Mr. President going against that? Aren't we a country of law, and that, I mean, there should be order also based on the laws available?
We are supposed to be run by law. The president was sworn in based on the tenet of the rule of law. And don't also forget, this is a federation. If we talk about a federation, it means that there are federating units, and state is a critical component as a federating unit. So the state can be rubbish because they have the capacity to make law as far as it concerns them and the people of their various states. So for me, let the federal government look at other options rather than trying to be biased in this matter and take the issue of cattle rearing like a national occupation in the country. The state has the power to make law for their people, and the state has come up to say that in our own view, what we think can solve the problem, especially in the interim and also at the long run, is to enact a law that prohibits open and discriminate grazing of cow. And a lot of states have done that. Then we are also talking to the state that in the implementation process, you must get to a level where there will be a win-win situation. Of course, it's still important that some people have to do business, but let us not forget the primary idea of this business. Cattle breeding is a private business like every other business. If they need the intervention of government, like government has also intervened in some other area in the agri sector, let them come out and the government can partner with the private sector to build ranching, a cost-effective ranching for them. so that at the end of the day, everybody will live in peace. Sanctity on human life must be preserved. We shouldn't be seen as a country that places the life of cow above the life of human being.
All right.
That is not how it should be. This is the 21st century, for crying out loud.
One is a bit bothered about Mr. President going or wanting to go ahead with grazing route plan despite opposition. Now, Benue people are saying we are ready to die than submit to cattle agenda. That's according to their governor, Samuel Otom.
I think it's not only in Benue. Most part of the country, especially the southern part of the country, incidentally, some governors from even the cold north are even supporting the idea of ranching. So rather than allowing people to feel or to be more equal than the other in the same federation, the president must resign this decision and follow the popular opinion and the popular will of the people. Look at what Benue has suffered, for example. I told you the other time, the federal government wanted to look at the possibility of amending the 1978 Land Use Act, but that fell on the surface because to muster the constitutional requirement to be able to do that, the federal government has seen that that is seemingly impossible. And now you want to reclaim with resources again, grazing route across the country. To me, it is not fair.
Right.
When we have a case of these clashes, the federal government must look for a way to mediate as an unbiased umpire so that at the end of the day, justice will be served and there will be fair play. That is what the people want.
All right. Thank you, Austin. Let's go to the Guardian newspaper. Why we can't shoot repentant insurgents by federal government. The federal government yesterday cautioned against spreading negative and false narratives around Boko Haram members who are surrendering to the Nigerian military in the insurgency-ravaged northeast. Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, who spoke to the News Agency of Nigeria yesterday, berated those who said were alleging that the surrendered insurgents were not actual Boko Haram fighters, and if they were, they should be shot rather than granted amnesty. Why we can't shoot repentant insurgents by federal government? What's your take?
Yes, I think the federal government must watch this very clearly. You read the news earlier of two insurgent group, the one they call bandits in Kaduna, who had to shoot themselves and kill about 9 of them through a rival group because they have issue with the huge amount of money paid as ransom. I wanted to say the other time that the government should look at this as an opportunity to launch attack against them. Because if we find a situation where their center could no longer hold and they are in the forest and they can kill one another, we can leverage on that to actually be able to stamp them out. You know, that was what happened in the case of Shekau. If not that Shekau was killed by a rival insurgent group, but as we speak today, he may also not have been killed by the Nigerian government. Don't forget, Nigerian government has purportedly killed him severally, more than 2, 3, 4 times. So we can also use this as an occasion to launch attack against this criminal element. Then coming out to what Lai Mohammed has said, that we cannot kill them, we must grant them amnesty. We can't even prosecute them. Nobody is even talking about summarily killing them. We are talking about prosecuting them. How genuine are these purported repentant Boko Haram? That is the issue. Some people cannot be fighting for several years. Let's say 5 years, let's say 6 years, some of them 10 years. Now because they have health issues and they claim to surrender, and the Nigerian government, we are doing it as if to surrender, to fight the state and surrender is even better than being a law-abiding citizen. The federal government must be very careful. Of course, like Babagana Zulum of Borno State has just said, that we have true extreme position. We have to deal with the issue as a matter of simplicity, because you have to consult the military, you have to consult the traditional rulers, because they are going to be reintegrated back into the community.
Now,
you have to...
Austin, let me shock you a bit, and we're not bringing undue, comparison to this conversation here, but let me shock you a bit. Many repentant Taliban became Afghan soldiers. but they couldn't fight a shot against unrepentant Taliban who invaded Kabul during the recent, the riots now or takeover that the world witnessed. I'm sure you know about this too. And
Yes, I know.
I'm bringing this
about it.
up in comparison to the fact that some of these guys, even though Lai Mohammed has denied the fact that this repentant Boko Haram will be, other than just reintegrating society, that some of them will be joining the military, he has denied it. But have we not seen it in the past?
Yes, we have seen it in the past. That is why this issue of repentance, reintegration, and rehabilitation has proved counterproductive in the past. That is why the government must be very careful. We should not be in a hurry to rehabilitate or reintegrate these people back into the society because they will hardly change their skin. That is the truth of the matter. Apart from being enlisted into the Nigerian military, for example, how genuine are these people? And in the line of argument of Alhaji Lai Mohammed, he has gotten it wrong again. He equated them to people that are called POW, which is prisoners of war. These are not prisoners of war. These are people who willingly took up arms against the state. A prisoner of war can be a military, it can be civilian, and what have you. Like the one that happened during Biafra, because a caller will call this morning and compare Boko Haram repentant to Biafran soldiers that fought at that time and were reintegrated back to the Nigerian military. Those Biafran soldiers were first of all Nigerian soldiers before that crisis broke out. That was why it was easy for them to be reintegrated back into the Nigerian army at that time. Look at what is currently happening. These are insurgent groups. They are terrorists that are taking up arms against the state. Now that they have repented, I'm not of the opinion that summarily we should kill them. Let us provide them. Let us be careful. Let us not be in a hurry. I don't know where we are in a hurry to. I don't know where we are rushing to. Are we sure that these people have actually repented? Are we sure? Just like the proverbial saying that when a thief stops stealing, at the end of the day, when he cannot find somebody around, once in a while, he can still prefer. So they can't completely change that ideology. We are looking at Boko Haram as mere people that are fighting the Nigerian government. This has gone beyond carrying both an arrow. This has metamorphosed into the level of ideology. Are we going to successfully de-radicalize this guy? Debrief them, de-radicalize them. These are the issues that we are talking about. If the heat is much and they are out there, they can't get free fund. Won't they provide information in terms of information for people that are still fighting? I'm not against those that are surrendering, but we must watch it carefully. A reason was given at a particular point in time that some of them, because they caught some of them they are having challenges with their head and what have you, they now decide to surrender. Instead of allowing them to surrender willingly just like that, why can't we get to a level where we have to capture them? Nobody is saying that, the government must kill them by firing squad. That is not the point we are making. We must be very careful in dealing with this issue because we are trying to solve the problem of Boko Haram, and the Nigerian military, in fairness to them, they are trying their best to stamp them out from our forests in the country. Now they claim to be repenting. Won't they serve as informant for those that are still fighting, thereby causing crisis on the part of our troops and also doing us harm as a country? So we must be very careful.
What is so tough for the federal government to understand from your narrative here now, what you just painted here now? What is so tough for them to understand?
I think it's about ethnic biases and sentiment. That's the truth of the matter. Even before the president came to power,
have we considered the feelings of those in the IDP camps still today? Some of them, we've denied them of their roots in the last 2, 3, 4 years.
That is what Baba Gana Zulum is doing, trying to build community and rehabilitate those that have been displaced and resettle those that have been displaced. That should be the priority of the Nigerian government because a lot of things had to be put in place. What of the widow of the Nigerian soldiers that died avoidably as a result of this crisis? What of the children of the soldiers who, as of today, do not have father again because their father decided to serve their fatherland? These are...
Hello. All right, I'll try and reconnect with Austin, but I can see your comments on Facebook. I'm expecting other governors to speak the same way Governor Thomas spoke, and John Olarawaju on Facebook. Ayodeji Fagbemi, the blind can see it. The deaf can also hear that President Buhari has failed in governing Nigeria already. I'll come back to that message. Austin, please go on.
Are you with me now?
Go on, yeah. Go on, Austin, make your point. Go on.
Are you with me?
I'm with you, Austin. Go on, go on. I'm with you. I can hear you.
You are with me now?
Yes, go on, Austin. Yes.
Yeah, yes. You know, at the time, some very young ladies lost their breadwinner, lost their husband as a result of fight against this insurgent. Because before you reintegrate them back into the society, you must heal the wound. There must be reparation. They've destroyed some of this community. They've killed their able-bodied men. What also happened to those that are still in captivity? Leah Sharibu is still there. The Chibok girls that were adopted, though they are now Chibok women that were adopted about 6-7 years ago. What is their fate? Have they been able to release, or have we been able as a government to rescue all that they have held in captivity? Before we talk about, at some point, amnesty could happen. That could be at the long run, not at this particular point in time. And like Mohammed excused that, they can't try them, it's too parochial. Go and check the definition of prisoner of war. Boko Haram terrorists do not fall within the purview of those that can be classified as prisoner of war. They are not. This is the same line, Mohammed, that would defend the position of the federal government to try secessionists, those that are merely agitating that they want to leave the country. Lai Mohammed will provide support and evidence and also provide basis for argument that these people must be dealt with. These are the issues. We must not at every point in time divide the country into two.
Austin, just wondering if it was the same man who spoke pre-2015, particularly on Boko Haram insurgency and the war against terrorism in this country. It's kind of disturbing. But, well, Austin, thank you. I have to let you go now.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time and enjoy your weekend.
And you too.
All right, I'll come back to take your calls and your messages on Facebook after this commercial break. Please stay tuned.
32 FM
94.9.
Here is the list of excuses that will no longer be accepted.
Otajigbe, I beg, give me your hotspot. I want my data, but this one too much.
Please, could you put your Wi-Fi on? I'm out of data and the recharge card seller has closed.
Oh, I would have recharged though, but I can't find my wallet.
Please, I've got cramps and I can't get up. Can you share your hotspots?
Oh no!
Don't know where my internet token is and I need to quickly buy data. Please, could you share your hotspot till I find it?
Hey, Jumbo, I for buy data, but that recharge card seller need to ever get change. How good you are?
Now there's really no excuse to ever be out of data with Glow Borrow Me Data. Dial *321# to borrow data now and pay later.
I beg, I will share your hotspot. This rain bahad. Make thunder no go fireman.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Egbògi kan ti délẹ̀ yìí. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe ni. Ó dára fẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi gan. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o.
Ojú rẹ̀ ṣàjọlọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kí làṣírí ẹ wà rí.
Veneto cleanser ni.
Já mi sí ọ̀rẹ́.
Veneto cleanser egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí bádọ̀tí ara wọ̀ yá ìjà rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n yẹbẹyẹbẹ. Inú tó ń dàrú gbòdògbòdò kò bára rẹ̀ èrí inú ẹ̀jẹ̀. Amọ̀nà ti dé o.
Veneton cleanser egbòogi atẹ́jẹ̀ṣe tí a fi ewé àti egbò ṣe ní ọ̀nà tìgbàlódé. NAFDAC fòǹtẹ̀lù ME1 Nigeria Limited ni wọ́n gbé Veneton cleanser jáde. A wà ní nọ́mbà 17 Ọba Akínyẹlé off Adeokun Street Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate Ring Road Ìbàdàn. Telephone 08034051533 fún títà àti rírà. Ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Veneton cleanser àmọ̀tẹ́kùn egbòogi tí ń ya gbogbo kòkòrò inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́.
32 FM
94.9.
Time now to take your calls and messages on the Breakdown newspaper review. You can see the lines already. We have just about 6 minutes to the end of the program this morning. So let's keep our comments short and straight to the point. 0705 500949 009 700949. Hello, good morning, my first caller. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
I can hear you. Good morning.
Hello.
Uh-oh. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
My name is Adeshuyi Yomola from UI.
Adeshuyi.
I don't even know which one to comment on, but let me leave the land issue for now. Let me go to the issue of Boko Haram and versus Lai Mohammed. You remember what this man said when Sunday Igboho issue came up? I often be saying that I'm afraid of Southerners in this matter. And let me now compliment what Augustine said about those that nobody is surrendering. No Boko Haram is surrendering. Somebody called on a radio program 2 days ago that why is it now that the election remains less than 2 years that nobody can be, you journalists, don't let anybody fool you. If they are surrendering now, let's ask the following questions. Like Augustine said, where is Leah Sharibu? The rest of Boko Haram, Shiboge, where are they?
Where are they? That's a question from Adeshuyi. 009700949. Good morning, Tayo and Austin. PDP is right. President Buhari has failed this country as a president. Insecurity zero, security zero, economic development zero, infrastructure zero, corruption is increasing. 2023, Nigerians are wise now. Sunny Olajide Sunday. John Olanwaju, as far as I'm concerned, the repentant Boko Haram is politics and also portrays Mr. President as an ethnic, because of his double standard he played over IPOB and Odua secessionists. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir. This is the President Bashon.
All right.
If you're only appealing to Mr. President to be very careful of these people surrounding him. They are not his best friends. That is the truth of the matter. Good morning.
Thank you. We got your comment too there. Why is Mr. President so concerned about grazing instead of putting all his energy in stopping the killing and kidnapping that has become a daily routine? Hello. Sorry, when you call the radio station, please turn down the volume on your radio. Hello.
Yeah, this is Dr. Mark. If you can hear me, well, I can hear you. I just want to say something about what Lai Mohammed are concluding. Is the voice of a whole information minister trying to call a black red for us. The truth of the matter is this. Reintegrating bandits or Boko Haram into the society now is dangerous for a country like Nigeria now. Knowing fully well that the war of Boko Haram is still going on. The bandits are still ravaging.
The bandits are still ravaging. Good morning, well done. I wonder why Nigeria is still operating in analog when other nations of the world are already digital. Why is the federal government still interested in grazing land at this point in time? Nathaniel Kende Alaba. We got a message on Facebook. You can also drop yours before the close of the program. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is from
Your name again, please.
The thing I see in this Boko Haram is that they want to replant them back into the society for them to use it against the next coming regional president. That's what I see there.
All right. From Ishain, Nigerians are in bondage of frustration and castigation in this country. I don't think there will be prosperity without peace. Therefore, security and welfareism should be government priority. If at all they want the good of this nation. Honestly speaking, PDP said the truth. Ogundijo Latif. We go that too. Thank you Let's take one more call here before we go. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Please turn down the volume on your radio.
All right, I'm a little bit far from the radio. Can you hear me?
Yes, go on, quickly.
Actually, I am a Theta anyway. Theta Tribulus. What we are passing through this country is basically the cause of Mr. President. He seems to be silent with everything that has happened. Okay, look at it now. The Boko Haram, the repentant Boko Haram, they said they are repented. Where after they have already, in fact, eliminated people.
The line, it was from your end. Okay, of course, I know. Of course, on that note, too, we should say thank you for joining the newspaper's review for this morning. My name is Olutayo Gwande. At 7 o'clock will be time for Baba Fendo. Join Timilade Aloko on that particular beat. At 8 o'clock, please join Chike Ogbogu on the podium. I am Olutayo Gwande. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye for now.
FM
94.9.
Unbelievable, but true. Canada will issue over $1.2